Hi kids! How you doing? Back in New York, working as a waitress, I remember a lot of customers asked for gluten-free option. Back then, gluten-free diet to me was such a foreign thing. As a Korean, I didn't really have a lot of experience in gluten-free diet, like at all. And even today, I don't know any Korean around me that is following gluten-free diet, and I don't really know a lot of restaurant that has that option. And that got me wonder, what would it be like to keep gluten-free diet in South Korea today? So I challenged myself for 72 hours of gluten-free only. I started this challenge in the evening. I wanted to have something for dinner. I opened the fridge, and only thing that I could tell that this is gluten-free was banana. So I realized I need to do some research on the topic.
So this is the first day. You didn't see anything. So today I'm starting my 72-hour gluten-free challenge, and I need some research. Why people go gluten-free? Medline Plus seems like a reliable source to me. Okay. On a gluten-free diet, you do not eat wheat, rye, and barley. Barley. Beers have barley in it, right? So it means that I can't have beers? We're done here. Bye. Reasons to avoid gluten. Okay. Celiac disease. Yes. People with this condition cannot eat gluten because it triggers an immune response that damages the lining of their GI tract. That sucks, man.
I'm really glad that I don't have those kind of condition because there are so many delicious things that I know filled with gluten.
Second is gluten sensitivity. People with gluten sensitivity do not have celiac disease. Eating gluten causes many of the same symptoms as in celiac disease without the stomach damage. I think this one is pretty common in Korea too, because I know a lot of people when they eat bread or some sort of like heavily wheat or heavily like flour food, they tend to have some digestive problem. They get bloated, they feel too like heavy in the stomach. I think it has something to do with gluten sensitivity. Other health claims. Some people go gluten-free because they believe it can help control health problems such as headache, depression, long-term fatigue, and weight gain. However, these claims are unproven.
It was pretty surprising to me that those are unproven because I heard a lot that gluten-free diet will help you lose weight. I kind of get it though because it really depends on what you eat rather than what you don't eat.
Many foods are naturally gluten-free, including fruits and vegetables, meat, fish, poultry, and eggs. Good. Beans, nuts and seeds, dairy products, other grains and starches are fine to eat as long as they do not come boxed with seasonings. Off-limit foods. This is the important part. Note that wheat-free does not always mean gluten-free. Wow. More complicated? Bread and other baked goods. So no bread but a me. Pastas, cereals, crackers, beer, soy sauce. Jesus, soy sauce have gluten in it? Why delicious food have to have gluten in it?
After finding out what I can eat and what I can't, I headed to a local mart to find something to survive. I'm heading to a local mart to find if there's anything gluten-free, like gluten-free pasta, gluten-free dumplings, and something like that. But you saw what happened with vegan options. I highly doubt if there's gonna be any gluten-free product available. But let's see what happens. I want to look for some gluten-free soy sauce, but it doesn't look like they have anything like that here. Dang it! A lot of Korean food contains soy sauce, so I really wanted to find a gluten-free soy sauce to cook something with, but no luck. There were so many noodle ingredients in the mart, including pasta, wheat noodles, potato noodles, ramen noodles, and I could not find a single gluten-free option. Not a single thing. Are you kidding me? not only the ingredients that are like straightforwardly glutinous, a lot of other food did contain some gluten in it, including some hams, sausages, pasta sauce, dumplings. It seemed like everything delicious contains some gluten in it. I couldn't really find any beer that is gluten-free. But then I remembered, wine is gluten-free. I ended up buying some tofu noodles that was specified as gluten-free and some vegetables. From a single trip to local mart, I could see that it would be very challenging for me to keep the diet for the next 3 days. The next morning, I had some salad.
I made some salad with tomato. Raw tomatoes are gluten-free, right? And fresh mozzarella. Well, I normally have my salad with some whole wheat toast. But I can't, can I? I have the toast like right there in my cupboard. And it's delicious. And I need some carbs for the day. But I guess I'm not having anything today. Okay, this is good enough. It's good. I'm not gonna lie. I think my mission for the day should be look for a source of carb that is gluten-free. I've just finished some work. I'm hungry and I don't feel like cooking. So I'm gonna order some delivery food. I was thinking maybe I can get some sushi. Raw fish is gluten-free. White rice is gluten-free, right?
I was so glad rice and fish is gluten-free because I love sushi.
Well, there's sushi that is half olive flounder and half salmon, you see? I can already taste it coming to my mouth right now.
I'm sorry, I had to.
I'm sick of eating from home, so I came to a small park near home to enjoy lunch.
Here's the sushi I got. Looks so good. Yes. Looks so good. Oh. Soy sauce.
Dun dun dun.
I guess I'm having low sodium version of sushi. Just fish and rice and that's it.
That was good.
Honestly, it would have been tasted even better with the soy sauce. But it's good. Fish is from seawater. Seawater is salty. So it's salty enough. Wow, it's big. Rice is finally fulfilling my needs for gluten, the carbs, you know?
So I had good time having sushi in the park, and here comes the dinner.
I'm craving for some noodles. When I went to the local mart yesterday, unfortunately I could not find any gluten-free pasta, but I did find something that I might be able to cook pasta with. It was tofu noodles. This one was like the only gluten-free product that I could find. I'm not sure if anybody ever like cooked pasta with tofu noodles, but like I'll give it a try.
It turns out a lot of people do. I thought I invented something there.
And I also bought some garlic because I'm gonna cook some oil pasta and some shrimps to fancy it up a little bit.
Oh, that's a lot of shrimp, man.
Ta-da! Not bad at all. Look at it. It looks like a legit restaurant, doesn't it? So bougie, Zoe. Such a luxurious lady.
What can I say? I'm a fancy beach.
Fancy ass gluten-free pasta with shrimps and peppers and a glass of white wine. Ooh, big. Enough? I don't think so. Cheers. Ding. Aww. Alcohol is the best, don't you think? Look at it, look at it. I put a lot of garlics in it, the type of Korean I am. It's good!
Literally, chef's kiss.
Because of the noodle, honestly, it doesn't feel like pasta, not gonna lie, but this noodle is good. Actually very good. And quite low in calorie as well. Awesome. Let me try the shrimps. Horror. I just spoke in Korean because I was actually like shook. Oh wow, that shrimp is bomb. So don't even like talk to me. I'm just gonna eat now. Bye.
Yes, I finished the pasta and the bottle of wine. Shut up.
I look like I'm about to rob a bank or something. Good morning. Actually, not really a good morning for me because I didn't sleep well. I felt bloated when I went to bed yesterday, and throughout the whole night, I feel a little uncomfortable in my stomach. Is it because of the gluten-free diet that I've been having? Or is it just that I overate? Okay, I overate. That's more plausible. Okay. For breakfast, I'm about to have something very delicious and gluten-free and very Korean. Wonder what that is? Let's go. I'm about to make some potato pancake. Have you ever heard of it? It's called Kanjajang in Korean.
감자전 can translate to potato pancake. It's a savory pancake made out of 100% potato, completely gluten-free.
This is really like my comfort food. My mom would cook it sometimes for me when I crave for some pancake. Thank God potatoes gluten-free. Thank you, thank you. Very easy to make. It's just that it's pretty labor intensive. Okay, I can just tell that this is gonna take forever.
You could use some food processor or blender, but it doesn't taste as good. You know what I mean?
Okay. That's half an hour of my life that I'm never getting back. So the potato batter is ready. Nothing but potato, 100% potato. And here's the water drained out of it. And if you see, there's the white potato starch. I'm gonna use that in the potato batter to make the consistency thicker.
If you don't have time to wait for the water to be drained out, you can always use some wheat flour. It wasn't the case for me, but you could. That's gonna make the batter thicker and a final product more crispy.
Ta-da! It's pretty, isn't it? Crispy, sticky, with some hot chilies in it. Feels like I'm home. All of the boxed pancake mix that I could find in the local mart was not gluten-free, but then who needs it if I can make a potato pancake?
Taste-wise, it's quite similar to hash browns, but because this is pan-fried, it's a little less greasy than that, and not as salty.
Hello. I'm with my friend Juhi.
Yeah!
It was your birthday like 2 weeks ago, right? And we haven't celebrated together yet, and we're about to. Picking up some gluten-free cake in a gluten-free bakery and going to the park for a picnic. Guys, have you ever tried gluten-free cake? No, right?
This is my first time.
I haven't either, so I'm really excited to find out.
Both of us have never tried gluten-free bakery before, so we were pretty excited.
So cute.
생각보다 멀었어. 예쁘지?
와우.
뭐가 엄청
무화과
예쁘게 올라가
대박.
있어. 빨리 가서 먹자. So we're at the park. 너무 We have the cake right here. We're about to have it, but before that, we need to have the main meal, right? So we ordered some barbecue as well. Oh my god, perfect, perfect. Look at it.
Well, cake is more like dessert, isn't it? Shut up.
Are you hungry, Juhi?
Super hungry.
That's it. Oh, but it has duck. I shouldn't have duck. You have duck. I
Yeah.
can.
Oh,
You have all the
thank
duck you
you.
want.
This
Okay?
is all for me.
All for you. Have some brisket. The weather is perfect. Have you ever tried gluten-free diet?
No,
No,
I've never imagined gluten-free in my life.
right? Me neither. Gluten-free in Korea is really like uncommon topic. Veganism, yes, it is more common nowadays, but gluten-free, like nobody's really aware of that, like at all.
The only I've heard about that in my nutrition class in the middle school or high school.
So basically, we know what gluten is, but that's pretty much it.
The most confusing thing when it comes to gluten-free diet, I think, is the sauce. Like meat, for example, is straightforward. This is gluten-free, unless it's marinated in a sauce. But like these sauces, I have no idea if it is gluten-free or not, and there's no way for me to like really check it out.
근데 미국에 사는 게 쉬울까? 한국에 사는 게 쉬울까?
미국에서 하는 게 훨씬 쉬울 거야. There are so many gluten-free products on the shelf if you go to a Mart in US. Whereas I've been to Home Plus 갔었는데 like I could find none. No gluten-free product whatsoever. 그러니까 한국에선 gluten-free 다이어트 하려면 내가 집에서 쿡을 하거나 아니면 gluten-free 레스토랑에 가야 되는 것 같아.
여기에 뭘 넣는지를 잘 모르니까.
And it was time for the cake.
Look at it. 진짜 예쁘다. 냄새 어때?
No smell.
No smell at all. Damn it!
CG please. Okay?
Happy birthday
To
to
you.
you.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to Chuhee. Happy birthday to you. Let me show you the layers. So it's like regular cake pretty much, and I see some figs, right? Figs. Good? Good?
덜 달지만 느끼하지 않아. 뭔가 내가 좋아하는 그런 그 두유 맛 같은 거야.
좋은데? That fig, oh my god. It was like 22,000원
오.
for a pre-order cake, like kind of gourmet cake. It wasn't expensive at all.
Nice dessert. Nice birthday cake.
We had such a good time in a nice park with nice food. And I skipped dinner that day because you saw what happened. The next morning, something was delivered to my door.
Milk. Gluten-free scone is here, everybody. Day 4, breakfast. Garlic olive scone. Woo. No sugar scone, cinnamon scone, mocha scone, and chocolate fig scone. Holy shit, and I'm having that with a cup of milk. Yeah, I'm gonna go for cinnamon scone today. Oh, that smells so good. That looks so good, doesn't it? So the ingredients are almond powder, some dairy creams, dried coconut powder, raisins, cinnamon, baking powder. Bup. Oh yes, yes! This is so much better than tomatoes and cheese. I constantly crave for some like bready, like wheaty, the normal carbs that I used to have. And this one definitely fulfills that.
That was a good scone. The price wasn't bad. The taste was really good. I think I would go for it another time.
And for lunch today, because it's the last day of the challenge, I'm going for some noodles. So I'm in Pajushi, which is not Seoul. Do you know why I'm here?
I came all the way here to have some kalguksu, gluten-free kalguksu. So kalguksu is basically a noodle dish with some broth. Typically, the noodles are made with wheat, but this one was different. This restaurant in particular has something called 장단콩 kalguksu, so it's supposed to be gluten-free. I'm here for it. And I didn't come here alone today. I have a friend over. 안녕하세요.
뭐야, 야.
Say hi.
Hi.
So, how much do you know about gluten-free diet? Do you know anything about it?
No.
Can you wear a seatbelt, please?
아,
Thank you. I asked if he knows anything about gluten-free diet, and he was like, hell no. So I explained a little bit. 근데 celiac disease라는 거 들어봤어?
아니.
celiac병이 그 유전적으로 글루틴을 소화를 잘 못하고 막 글루틴 있는 거 먹으면 발진이 나거나 막 그런데 알러지 같은 거야.
근데 우리 엄마는 밀가루를 먹으면 되게 속이 부글부글 맨날 가스 차고 하던데. 나도 좀 그런 게 있어, 엄마 닮아서.
그건 celiac은 아닌데 그 글루틴을 잘 소화를 못하는 사람인 거는 맞을 거야. 와, 하늘색 너무 예쁘게 나와. This is the place. As you can see, there are so many cars in the parking lot, even though it's not really lunchtime. So I guess it means that it's good food, right? Right?
Yeah.
It's called 용궁 칼국수, which means like sea palace, right? I'm in the restaurant now, and here's the menu. It's all in Korean. They make the noodle here, and it says no flour, no gluten, no salt, no starch. So basically this is gluten-free noodles.
한국에서 글루텐 그 프리뿐만 아니라 비건 음식도 너무 비싸서 자주 먹고 싶어도.
맞아. Look at it. Looks so good, right? I mean, we're supposed to have the seafood first when it gets ready. And after that, we can put the noodles in and have the noodles. There's some squid, shrimps, abalone, sweet pumpkin, bok choy, right? Bok choy. Apart from kalguksu, there were a lot of condiments on the table, including kimchi. And kimchi, to my surprise, very often contains some gluten because a lot of people put in some starch when they make kimchi. So I had to skip on that this time. Thank you. Oh man, look at it. Shrimp, abalone, mushroom. So good. 맛있다. It's good, very hearty, and it feels very healthy, not salty.
근데 글루텐이 살이 더 있죠? 칼로리가 낮아?
근데 솔직히 뭐 비건도 그렇고 글루텐 프리도 그렇고 지 먹기에
맞아.
따뜻한 거 같아.
살 안 빠진 사람도 있어.
국물 너무 맛있어. 청 안 가져왔으면 청하다. There goes the noodle. This is what I came for.
완전 딱딱.
그러네. It's very hard. It's not soft. It's gonna take about 7 to 20 minutes to be cooked. The noodle looks ready to me.
파스타 일반 면이랑 한국 파스타는 먹을 때
그런
약간
느낌.
건강한 느낌.
맞아. I mean, the texture is pretty similar to what we're used to. 근데 조금 더 안 퍼져, 그치? That's good. The noodle was really good, felt healthier and less salty, and that was pretty much it. It was very good noodle.
So, would you ever visit this restaurant again?
No,
Why not?
너무 비싸.
Like regular 칼국수. 얼마지?
한 7, 8천 원? 비싸봤자 만원 1인분에? 그게 이제 2배 값.
To be fair, it did have some like expensive sort of seafood in it, which regular 칼국수 don't, right?
근데 문제는 나는 그런 거를 별로 그렇게 원치 않는데
yeah.
꼭 먹어야 돼.
그치. But still, like if I have to have gluten-free diet because of health reasons and I'm craving for some noodle dish, I think I will come over here. But if I don't have to, I think I'll just go for regular noodle dish because it's a lot cheaper and it's as tasty, you know?
And that was the last meal of the 72-hour challenge. And as soon as I was done with it, I had so much beer that night, like you have no idea. And here comes the next morning.
I am so hungover right now. Like you have no idea how I feel. No regret though. It was some good beer. So yeah, I had gluten-free diet for 72 hours. The diet itself was okay. Compared to vegan for 72 hours, I'd say it was easier and I had less cravings, I guess. Gluten-free products that I tried, like scone or cake or some noodles, it all tasted pretty good. Although, like I said, I was pretty bloated. Might be because I ate too much.
I found an article saying gluten-free equivalents might not solve that issue. Those products are often made with highly processed fiber-free ingredients like tapioca and pea starch and rice flour. Exactly. I think the reason why I had so much bloating issue was because I was constantly looking for some gluten substitute. If I looked for more naturally gluten-free option, I wouldn't have had that problem. But those are not as delicious.
And specifically, keeping gluten-free diet in Korea, I think is very difficult. Well, first of all, I didn't have that much options for gluten-free product in the mart or even on the internet. And unless you go to a gluten-free bakery or restaurant, you might not be able to find any gluten-free option on the menu.
Although, on a positive note, I do see a lot more gluten-free restaurants/bakery in Seoul especially. I think there will be more and more options available for those who are sticking for that diet.
In conclusion, the past 3 days was not bad, but I'm glad that I don't have to keep a gluten-free diet. Thank you, Mom.
But I know that there are people out there in South Korea who needs to maintain their diet gluten-free. I really hope more and more people will be aware of it so that there will be more various and more affordable options available. Anyways, I hope you liked today's video and I'll come back with another challenge for myself. Bye kids! 안녕!